electronic invention I want you to see. It looks something like
this. Welcome to the Vapors Report. I'm Anthony Ramella. Here at the Vapors Report, we provide you with the news you want to know, reviews you can really use, and interviews with experts and idiots. We'll keep our head in the clouds and our finger on the pulse. If you enjoy our show, please subscribe and comment below. Thanks for watching. This week's top story, according to the Chicago Tribune, over 20% of parents in District 64 are asleep at the wheel. A survey of middle school students in District 64 found that more than 20% of these students had used tobacco or alcohol products in the last year. Yes, I said middle school. In most states, you have to be at least 15 years old to have a job, so where's the money coming from? The article wanted to blame the shops that sell these items, but when does parental responsibility really come into play? There are laws in place that require you to be at least 18 to 21 years old to purchase these products, so how are middle school students getting their hands on this stuff? My guess is lack of supervision. Assistant Superintendent Lori Lopez thinks that education is the key and believes we need to start anti-vaping efforts in the 5th grade. Park Ridge officials have a different idea. They recently raised the fine for underage use from $100 to $500. I believe this is a good move. It seems like the only time we respect the law is when our money is affected. I don't know any middle school age kids who have jobs, so I guess this is their way of punishing the parents. As parents, we have a responsibility to raise our children and to teach them about the dangers of life. I do not think the schools should be responsible for that. Their job should be education. And now it's time to check the weather. So let's go to our Vapors Report weather correspondent, Austin Mankowski. Austin, what's the weather going to be like this week?
It's cloudy.
Thanks, Austin. In other news, Newsday is reporting that Nassau County is trying to reduce the availability of e-cigarettes by requiring shop owners to keep these products behind the counter. I feel this is realistic. This move came after a ban on tobacco products and a law to increase the minimum legal age both failed to pass. According to the article, the reason these products can't be banned altogether is because the tax money collected is more important than good health. This has been proven true in San Francisco, where flavored vape products are now banned. However, the cancer-causing regular cigarettes are still legal. And now for this week's review, we go to our Vapors Report co-anchor Megan Perrault. Megan, what do you have for us this week?
I hope you're ready for what's coming now. I'm the one on the lady that would bring it down.
Well, Anthony, this week we have a couple of internal battery devices. The Coolfire Ace and the Coolfire Ultra by Eliquid. Eliquid makes a great line of products, and these two are no exception. The Coolfire Ace is a 1300 mAh battery with a maximum of 40 watts. This device is a perfect match for smaller mouth-to-lung tanks. And for those of you looking for a small, discrete device, look no further than the Ace. The Coolfire Ultra is the Ace's big brother. Equipped with the Aethon chipset and temperature control options, this device is a great choice for larger sub-ohm tanks. It has a max wattage of 150 and a 4000 mAh battery. With the benefit of faster charging and automatic wattage lock, this device is a winner. If you're a fan of internal battery devices, I believe these are some of the best in the market. If you would like to pick up one of these mods, check out the links below. And now, back to you, Anthony.
Thanks, Megan. And now I'd be internally grateful if you'd tell us about the juice of the week.
This week we have a new flavor from Pachamama. Blood orange, banana, and gooseberry is a titillating mix of tangy blood orange, sweet banana, and just a touch of gooseberry. With this much flavor, you won't want to duck this juice. You'll want to run and tell your friends. And now, for someone who always has a foul mouth, back to you, Anthony.
Thanks, Megan. And now for some good news. According to USA Today, U.S. smoking rates have hit an all-time low. Fewer than 14% of American adults smoked cigarettes in 2017. This is the lowest rate since data collection started in 1965. The article went on to state that many adult smokers had made the switch to vaping as an alternative way to get their nicotine fix. This drop in smoking has prompted the big tobacco companies to start releasing their own vape products. The old saying, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, comes to mind. I know hundreds of people have made the switch at Vapor's e-cigarette shops. With their outstanding liquid choices and knowledgeable staff, it just makes perfect sense. Check them out at vapors1.com. Sorry for the shameless plug, but being pretty in pink doesn't pay the bills. And now for one of my favorite segments, A Minute with Ramella. In this week's Minute, we'll be speaking with an average e-cigarette user and hear how he got into vaping. Today we're with Ron. He's a Vapors customer, and we wanted to talk to him a little bit about how he got into vaping. So, how long have you been vaping?
I've been vaping for, I would say, over 5 years.
Wow, that's quite a while. I'm sure you've seen a lot of different things in the vaping world since then. Why did you get into vaping?
To be honest, it was something that I really wanted to make a change in my lifestyle and better myself, I guess, in the long run, for me and my kids, because I'm a dad and I'd like to live a little bit longer to see maybe potentially my grandkids. You know, smoking does cause a lot of side effects that could potentially have a lot of, fatal stuff. So
awesome. Well, it's good to hear. I know a lot of people out there are smokers, and we want to make sure that you guys are making the switch so that you can live a little bit longer. Now, I know you've been shopping at Vapors for a while. Why do you shop at Vapors?
I like the atmosphere. It's very friendly. I like to come in and talk to the guys and the ladies about new flavors or just, life in general. I mean, it's just very personal, no pushy selling of anything. I like the atmosphere.
Fantastic.
It's kind of the cafe feel.
Now, Vapors has a lot of Vapors brand e-liquids. What would you say are your favorite or some of your favorites?
Well, I would say that I have a couple, Funkmaster Flakes is a very good one. God's Nectar, I just recently tried that. I like that. Cinnabon is pretty good. Honestly, you guys have so many flavors that are in it's just coming out constantly that I enjoy it. Being a former smoker and tasting cigarettes and where I'm at now, completely different.
Now, there's a lot of bans going into effect across the country for like flavored e-liquids and things like that. Let's say vaping was totally banned. Would you go back to smoking?
No, absolutely not. At this point, I feel as though that it's just a distant memory at this point, and I just look at it as it's just something that happened in the past, and I look forward to the future of potentially never smoking again. I mean, I don't like being around it. I don't prefer it at this point, which is really weird after 20-something years of smoking that I would feel that way, but I truly don't like it at this point and never see myself doing it again.
And I think Ron's probably just like some of you out there that probably wouldn't go back to smoking after switching to vaping, and it's really nice to hear that that's the case. Ron, it's been a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, and back to you. Thanks, Ron. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you on our show. Here at the Vapors Report, we want you to make the switch, and we are dedicated to helping people make better choices. So tune in next week for more great news at the same vape time, same vape channel. I'm Anthony Ramella. Thank you and good night.
I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see. It looks something like this.